What is up, Genshin refugees? So you just started playing Wuthering Wave, or you just came back and you have absolutely no Astrite, but your favorite character's coming out. So now it's time to speed run the game. Without wasting your time, here's every single way I know of in the game to get Astrite. And I know it sucks, but we gotta start off with the easy stuff. Number one, do your dailies every single day. This will give you 60 Astrite a day, which is just 420 Astrite a week. I see what you did there, Kuro Games. And this is 1800 Astrite a month, your most reliable source of Astrite. Make sure you're doing these every single day. Weeklies are another great source of Astrite. You don't unlock this until I think rank 30 in your union level, which is basically your world level. The second best way to get Astrites is limited time events. You know what I'm talking about. The mini games, the new game modes, the challenges they add periodically into the game. Some of them are permanent and a lot of them are temporary. The issue is to unlock some of these temporary mini games, you gotta reach the end game, but I'll get more into that later in the video. The main quest is always a great way to get some free pulls or free Astrite. The only downside is speed running through the story, so you won't understand everything. Early game, there's these companion / resonator stories, which are character specific stories. If you've played Genshin, you've played some of these. Do those, it's 3 Astrite. Also, the side quests are a great way to do Astrite. Very skippable and very quick and easy if you don't feel like paying attention. There are even side quests that unlock new areas in the map, which will lead to more Astrite. Exploration quests, which are like the green quests you'll find in each different region. These ones specifically usually change or open the map in some way and offer a decent amount of Astrite, and are usually very intricate quests. They're fun. I'd check them out if I was you. Exploration progress is another great way to get a lot of quick Astrite. So if you open your map and you look at your exploration progress, you can level this up by unlocking waypoints, completing the various challenges, and these all give you Astrite within itself. But if you 100% a map, you'll get a free standard banner pull as well. So make sure you're 100%ing your map. Speaking of 100%ing the map, there's supply chests, which, you know, your average chest in the video game. Open it up, give you 10, 20 Astrite. You know how it is. Some of them even give you 40 Astrite if you're really lucky. Oh gee whiz, 40 Astrite. I'm rich now. There's even these things called Tidal Heritage, which is usually just a little combat challenge. It's usually a bunch of monsters guarding some Astrite. Pretty easy to do. There's the Pioneer Association, is basically when you increase your regional exploration, you'll get a lot of milestone rewards, which include Astrite. When you've reached some milestones, you'll usually get an icon that lights up on your map telling you to go talk to some NPCs who will give you the Astrite. Each different region usually has different type of collectibles. These are usually like the Geoculus from Genshin Impact. I don't really remember. It's been a while since I played those games. But those collectibles on the map, in Wuwa, you collect these, hand them into somebody, he gives you Astrite and a bunch of other goodies. Then there's the Resonance Beacons, which is just unlocking waypoints on the map. Then there'll be unique environmental puzzles, are another great way for Astrite. And again, all the overworld puzzles will be different depending on which region you're in. They usually involve some sort of time trial or combat challenge. It could be a flying challenge, and doing these gives you Astrite. Another cheeky way to get some Astrite is your tutorials. Make sure you're remembering to do these. If you've neglected this, it can be a quick boost of Astrite on a rainy day, but pretty much just do your tutorials. For each character, you'll get like 10 Astrite. Nothing too crazy, but everything helps. Then, and you know you're getting desperate when you're doing this, but trophy hunting is actually a pretty easy way to get some Astrite. And some of these trophies are actually pretty easy to do, like use an ultimate on a certain character 50 times. If you're bored and got nothing else to do, you can go trophy hunting for a bit. Again, if you have absolutely nothing to do, and this can be a quick source of Astrite. Your guidebook is a great way to get a lot of Astrite very quickly. Some runtime rewards for basically progress on your account, like leveling up a certain amount of weapons or a character to a certain level. So check your guidebook and look at the goals and see if they're pretty easy to do or if they'll even help your account a little. The Pioneer podcast is the battle pass of this game, and you can technically pay to get some Astrite out of this, Radiant Tide and some Astrite if you pay, but this is a free to play guide, so we're not going to step to the dark side. Though if you just do the free version, you get some free standard pulls out of this. Here's some sneaky underrated ways people don't really think of, but if you raise your synthesis level, which is basically how you craft things, you get Astrite every milestone up to level 5, I think it is. And it's the same thing with your cooking level. Make enough dishes and you'll raise your cooking level and you'll unlock Astrite at a certain milestone. Then there's the Endgame, like Power of Adversity, which is basically the spiral abyss of this game. It resets every month, and it's a pretty solid and easy form of getting Astrite when they're not overshilling the newest characters. Then you have Whimpering Waste. A lot of people hate Whimpering Waste and say it's the most unfun game mode in Wuthering Waves. But if you can stomach this game mode, it's also an easy way to get Astrite. Or maybe I wouldn't say easy. Depends on who you are, I guess. And then there's End State Matrix, my favorite end game, which is basically just a boss rush where you get various buffs, and it's basically a measure of how many teams do you have in this game. I think you need like 6 pretty strong teams to at least get all the rewards, or maybe 4. I'm not quite sure. You need a lot of teams to do this. But yeah, it's another form of Astrite. You don't get too much from this end game compared to the other ones, but yeah, you get Astrite from this as well. And then there's the tactical holograms, but honestly, I wouldn't look at tactical holograms as a way to grind Astrite. It's just kind of a fun thing to do, because if you were to actually grind Astrite, you'll be here for like an hour just to get like 20 Astrite or however much they offer you. So it's just a little cherry on top if you have absolutely nothing else to do, and it's more about fun than getting the Astrite at this point. But technically, it is a way to get Astrite. I would say up to level 5 is pretty free, but level 6 is where you should cut it off. Then there are the permanent game modes and events that they added to the game. These are just like limited events, except they're permanent, no rush. Usually when they add permanent game modes, the initial month will offer extra rewards, but at a certain point, those rewards will not be available anymore, but there will always be a certain amount of permanent awards that never go away. So try to make sure you're early to these permanent events, but it's no stress if you're not, because they're permanent. Raising your union level and your data level are a great one-time reward source of Astrite, but even more important than Astrite, it gives you a lot of important stuff like rare echo drops and a better percentages of echoes dropping. Make sure you're checking your mail every update, because every update these gacha games offer Astrite for the servers being down and the maintenance. It's like a little bribe to say, sorry, we had to take down our game for maintenance, here's a bunch of Astrite. It's not only maintenance, mail can include anything from like special celebrations to bug fixes to compensation for maintenance taking too long. So yeah, make sure you report your bug so we can get some free Astrite. There's a returnee event, so if you haven't played this game for a long time and you feel like picking it up again, you can get a quick little boost of some extra Astrite for coming back. There's the special events like anniversaries and live streams, redeem codes, things like those. So make sure you're tapped in with the current news around the community so you can take advantage of a lot of the free stuff they offer. There's new player or starter events, and you know, it's not always Astrite, but a lot of the times they'll do crazy things like offer you a whole free limited character. Like I know the new limited characters they're offering are from Renacida, or they'll give you a whole free Verena for just playing the game. So make sure you take advantages of these. So make sure you don't just quit immediately after you start, so you don't miss your chance to get some pretty crazy new player reward. It's kind of predatory and a little bit too much FOMO, but it is what it is. And then there are other random things like web events, promotional events. Oh yeah, something I almost forgot to keep in mind is the title exchange shop, which is basically a rebate shop in this game, and they offer you some pretty good rewards. I mean, you could just trade it in for more pulls, but the best thing to do is to hoard your rebate and save it for a whole constellation of a character you already own. You can do this up to twice before they stop offering you constellations. So as a free to play, you could pretty much get to S2 with this strategy. I know this is a free to play guide, but the Lunite subscription is only $7 Canadian. Not clickbait, the title's not clickbait, but I feel like even the most free to play of free to plays can get a Lunite subscription every once in a while. So if you're really desperate, you could offer up some cash. And if you're at your wit's end and you have no other way of getting what you want, the shop has a lot of decent discounts for first time buy. I'm just saying. But that's every single way I know of in this game to get Astrite. If this helped you, please hype, like, subscribe my video. Anyway, that's it. Peace.